welcome to Dulce Bella Crochet Designs. I'm Deb, your host, and today I wanted to come on and just kind of give you an update of what has been happening kind of in my life and in my world over the last couple of months. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do a whole lot with my YouTube. I have been crocheting, so I was going to share some of the projects and some of the things I've been doing, but we have had a family emergency. My husband, 59 years old, suffered a stroke a couple of months ago. And so between living away from home because he was out of state at the time, I spent an entire month down there with him. I had some things with me, but I didn't have everything I needed to continue to do some blogs. And the other reason was I spent a lot of time in hospitals sitting with my husband, so hasn't been a lot of time. He is now home. We've been home just over a month, so the last month we have spent just trying to get accustomed and get a routine in our new life. He will probably make a full recovery, so that is good, so I am happy about that. Unfortunately, we've had to rearrange the house just a little bit. We've had to set up a new routine because he has therapy that he has to do. We go twice a week to therapy, and then he has about 2 to 3 hours of therapy every day to do at home. This has been a bit of a challenge for me as well as for him. So I've had to kind of put my blog and my YouTube channel off to the side. But hopefully in the next few weeks I can get going back at it and get you the content that you are looking for. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed. Thanks for staying with me during this slow time. Thank you for the prayers and those that have reached out thus far. So it has all been greatly appreciated. So for now, let's go on to what I have been able to do in these last couple of months. So first of all, one of the things that I was able to work on some, especially after we got home, was my temperature blanket. You all know that I'm making a temperature blanket, and this is my temperature blanket. Now, I'm going to admit I got it caught up through the end of March, and once I got to that point, I haven't gotten back at it. So this is one of my top priorities, to get April done on my temperature blanket. It is coming along. It's looking really cool. My goal was to have as much purple in it as I can, and thus far I have achieved that. So I'm pretty excited about how it's coming together. So I need to get April temps written down and start getting April put on there. And here we are already in May. So I have quite a ways to go on that. So that is one of my top priorities to try to get working on in the near future, is trying to get caught up on my temperature blanket for 2024. The other major thing that I worked on during the month of March was this blanket right here. I created this blanket for my husband while he was in the hospital. I had jokingly said one day, I said, maybe I should make you a blanket. He goes, I'd like that. Just very, very monotone, very quiet. He says, that would be nice. I would like that. And so I'm like, okay, well, what colors would you like? And he chose blue and yellow, and I added a little bit of white in there, just to kind of break up the blue and yellow. So blue and yellow was what he wanted, and he wanted a chevron. He called it zigzag. So I made a chevron zigzag. There's a little closer up picture. It's got some texture in it. I did a cross stitch. So it is literally made of half double crochets and half double crochet cross stitches. So, and then all throughout. So I will get this pattern written up. I'm gonna have to go back and do some counting and looking at it, but I will get this pattern written up and get it out there, because I think this would make up really pretty and a lot of different colors. He just happened to choose the blue and the yellow. So that was kind of the big project that I have accomplished in the last 2 or 3 months since February. So pretty proud of it. It turned out pretty big, and he uses it quite often. One of the other projects, this is one that I had taken with me to Florida. That's where my husband had his stroke, and part of the reason I took it was because it was mini skeins that I had bought last fall with the intent of making something last fall out of those mini skeins. And so it's fall colors, but because they were mini skeins, they didn't take up a lot of space. So that was one of the things that I grabbed. I'm like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do with this. I'm going to just grab these rather than taking big, bulky projects. I end up having a big, bulky project anyway. So this is one of the projects that I had started. And my intent was to make it into a triangular shawl. And as you can see, I've got a good start on it. But I am not going to be able to get, I'm out of the brown color. It's called Tumbleweed. I just love that color. I love the name. I do have plenty of the other colors. I'm not exactly sure what the colors are. The rust color is called Gold Experience. It's great. Then I've got a yellow. It's kind of a mustard yellow. And this one is called, let's see. Oh, there it is. Amber Glass. Okay. Then the green is called Power Plant. And then kind of the red color, oh, let's see, dig the tag out. Cinnamon Girl. So yeah, it reminds me of cinnamon. So, and then of course the main color in it is called Tumbleweed. This yarn is DIC mini skein. It's part of their Smoochy Petites. Each skein had 100 yards in it. So again, I'm using the moss stitch, and that gives me that look. Again, I'm loving the way it's turning out, but I am almost out of the Tumbleweed. That is literally all I have left of the Tumbleweed. So I am not going to be able to make it into a shawl like I had originally thought, or what I was originally planning. But I have decided it is going to make a really nice triangular scarf. It'll be a nice addition to fall outfits. So my goal is to try to get this completed in the near future. So it's very lightweight, even though it's got the moss stitch, which is a little denser stitch. And the moss stitch is just single crochets and chains. So that is going to be one of my top whips to get finished. I would like to have it finished. I think I'm going to keep this for myself and use it in the fall because I do really like the way it is turning out. The next things that I worked on, this was a project that I had started in the winter. It is a dog sweater. I love the purple with, I think this is called Lollipop something. And this is just, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. All I've got left on this one is to weave in the ends, and this little doggy sweater will be complete. And this is a size small from the pattern. And I really like it. I've made several of these doggy sweaters. I think I showed you some earlier in one of my other videos. This happened to be one of the projects that I had started that I wanted to get finished up. And now all I have to do is weave in the ends. So that will be a very quick one to finish up and get it done. I can call it done. One of the things I found while I was in Florida with my husband was I found this Vera Bradley bag. I mean, you can tell it's a nice size bag, and of course it's purple. I found it at a TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and I was like, oh, that's going to be perfect. I didn't have a bag that was easy to carry with me to and from the hospital. The one that I had was a backpack, and between the backpack that had my computer in it in case I needed to do some things online with some medical things. Carrying that in the other backpack was really hard. And so when I found this, it's made it, I was like, I've got to get it because it makes it so much easier to carry the yarn when I was making his blanket. So this is one of my recent purchases. I purchased it in March. And right now it's kind of has the yarn for one of my other projects, what I'm going to show you right quick. And these that I'm going to show you, it's another one of my new patterns. It's more for spring and summer. I've got several made, and I just simply need to weave in the ends. I still have that to do on all of them. But anyway, they are hair bandanas. So nice little accessories for summer. I've got several different colors. I've got a couple light pink ones, and I'm going to show you the yarn I'm using for this. I have some bright yellow ones. Bright yellow. There's one. There's two bright yellows. These are very simple to make, so I want to share that pattern as well. It's a pattern that I created, so we'll get that up. That's one of my next goals. Here's a light lavender. I've got a couple lavender. And then I love this blue. This blue turned out so pretty, I thought. I just love the way the blue turned out. So I've got a couple of the blue. Okay. I have another blue one. It ended up being a little bit bigger, and it's the same brand of yarn as the others, but it just didn't, it's not as soft and pliable as the others. And so I had to go a little bit looser. So it ended up a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I think it's still a good size. And I think once maybe it's washed, it will soften up. Okay, so I made a blue one, and then I made a bright pink one. And this one, again, it's the same yarn, same crochet hook. Ended up a little bit smaller. And I guess I was just, that day, I was just crocheting a little bit tighter. When I go to block it, I think it might stretch just a little bit. And I have another one that doesn't have, so here's the triangle. I just need to put the straps on, or the ties on, and it's kind of a mint green. And then this is a little different yarn that I had in my stash. So this will be a stash buster I'm using up. And it's a red one, so I wanted to make some red ones or some holiday ones with the holidays coming up. We've got Memorial Day and then 4th of July, so I wanted to make some festive ones to go with it. And then this is the one I'm currently working on. Again, it's a nice blue, and it's going to be more for the festive. So I'll show you the yarns that I'm using for these. The first one that most of them are made out of is Kaboo by Lion Brand. I have Blue Ice in colors. I have Steel Blue, which is, I don't think is that other blue one. No, that other blue one is Denim. Then I have the Magenta. I have Lilac, which I said lavender, so that's pretty close. Then I have Lichen. And then, of course, I have white. I'm going to make some. I've got Pink Rose. And I'm not exactly sure what the yellow is called because I'm almost out of yellow. And then the others that I made, the red and the blue one, they're made from Yarn Bee Yarntopia. This blue is called Cerulean, and the red is just called Red, I believe. Scarlet. So anyway, these are turning out really nice. I like them. They're lightweight. They're soft. They're going to be very nice for summer. So I am excited to get these all finished up so I can get these up on my Etsy shop and then get the pattern as well up on my Etsy shop and on my blog. So be watching for these because this is one of the other projects that I want to get finished up. So I have lots of the colors of that Kaboo that I'm going to make into headscarves. So that is one of my other projects that I am working on, and they're only taking me a little over an hour to make. They're really not taking that much. I can do them. It's a very simple pattern, so it can easily be done while doing other things like watching TV or you know, riding in the car. Those are my summertime projects, so be watching for those patterns. I'll have the pattern for the blanket and the pattern for the summer headscarves. So that'll be exciting, so be watching for those. Okay, so I wanted to take a few more minutes on this video and kind of go over some of the projects that I have planned or that I have started that are in my whip cabinet. I call it my whip cabinet because it has 9 drawers, and that is a drawer for each of my whips. Now, some of these are not whips that I've actually started, but they are my intended whips for the near future. One of the first ones I have, and this one I've been working on for quite some time. I think I've actually had it in a video before. And it's this blanket. The pattern is called Sugar and Spice. And it is being made out of an older yarn that I have had for a long time. It's a Bernay coordinates. And you can see it's got a little bit of sparkle. And I have gotten this far, and I have stopped. I have the yarn. It's all right down here in kind of a mess. I gotta finish gathering it up and getting it put back together. This has been sitting in a bag for a while because I was going to take it with me, and then I decided to leave it home. So it's been sitting in a bag, so the yarn and it's been moved around quite a bit, so the yarn needs to be redone. But anyway, so how you do this is you make a mesh. The base of it is a double crochet mesh. That's with the white. And then you top crochet each of these rows. Now, to top crochet these rows, you're simply, I'm going to get really close, and hopefully you can kind of see. You just simply single crochet around one of the posts, and then chain 5, and then single crochet around the next post. So it's actually, both parts of this are extremely easy, and so it's very beginner friendly. Now it is supposed to have tassels at the end. Now I don't have the tassels. I have to weave in the ends, of course, when I get finished. But it is going to be a really pretty baby afghan. And like I said, I've only got a quarter of it left to do the top crochet on, so I'm hoping to get that finished this week. And it's a pattern. It's not my pattern. It's a pattern that I had found in a book that I've had for years. So I will see if I can link that pattern down below. So that's another one of those that I really want to get finished. So between my hair bandanas, my fall scarf, and those are going to be my top 3 projects to be working on, as well as catching up on my temperature blanket. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is the drawer that blanket I just showed you was in. So I'm gonna just skip over that drawer. Let's go back over here. So this is actually one of my I need to do projects. It's on the top of the list. I had created my Unity shawl last summer, and at the beginning of this year, I came on YouTube and I said, okay, I'm going to be bringing the pattern out. I want to get it out by the end of May. I have it written up. I need to get it on my blog. The pattern's been written out. I need to put it on my blog. I need to put it on my Etsy. And then I need to do a video tutorial of it. This is the color I want to use for my video tutorial. It is just a yarn bee, and it's called Teal Blue. It's a very rich, deep color, and I think it's going to work up very pretty. So that's what that is. Again, this is another top priority that I need to get done. The one that's next to it, when I was going through my yarn, I found that I had a lot of this Nature's Nook by Yarn Bee, and in lots of different colors, and I have them all here because my niece and I were looking at patterns on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. And we came up with this. It's like a granny square or a block afghan, but it uses lots of different colors. And I was like, these colors are going to be perfect for it. So I've got the pattern in mind. The yarn is there, but it's going to be later with summer coming. It's not something I'm going to try to do right now. But it is one of my next projects. This is just a Bernay soft baby yarn. I've got it in pink and ivory. I think it's called pink. Soft peach, I guess is what it's called. Soft peach, ivory, and then a navy color. Again, this is not a project I've gotten started. This is one of on my list to do. I've got several pattern choices that I want to possibly do with this. I have a couple of different ideas. So I'm anxious to get started on that, but I haven't gotten the pattern picked for sure. So we're going to hang on to that one, and that might be something. Once I can get these others that are top priority done, I might sit down and start to focus on those so I can get that done. This one down here is a pattern that I have had started. I've put it on my YouTube before when I went through my whips. I love the pattern. It's made out of a yarn bee as well. I've got the instructions written down. It's pretty time consuming just because of those are popcorns. So you do 5 double crochets on your hook, and then you drop. You take your hook out of the loop and then pull up a different loop. Anyway, it's a little more intricate. I do need to get going on this because this is actually going to be very pretty. I do not know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'll probably wait till fall to work on that one. Okay, I'm gonna roll back over here. Okay, so I'm kind of down to the yarn in here. It's 2 different kinds of yarn. It's some that I found at Hobby Lobby. And I've got this one. It's called Fireplace Comfort. This color, it's called Sweater Weather. Perfect. My goal for this, I have enough to make a sweater. So I've never made a sweater for myself. So my goal is to make a sweater for myself out of this. And then the other one that I have in there is also a Fireplace Comfort that I got from Hobby Lobby. And it's called Mod. And it's lots of blues, reds, oranges, grays. I want to make a men's sweater. I just think that that would make a very pretty men's sweater, but I don't have enough to make the whole sweater out of this. So I'm kind of waiting to see if I can find a plain color that's in here that I can make, that I can use with it. And maybe put a stripe across I'm almost got enough, but not quite. I'd have enough to do a men's small, but I don't know very many small men in my life. So I was thinking I might use this as the main and then put like a plain stripe of one of the colors. So, but anyway, this is another one. I'm hoping this fall to be able to do some sweaters. So again, I already know what I'm going to do with the yarn. I just need to get started on it. So that's what is in that drawer. This drawer is this some more. It's a purple and a variegated that I bought. These are not more mini skeins. I really like them. I am thinking I might do another scarf, a triangular scarf using the moss stitch, kind of like my fall colored one. I had also taken this one to Florida with me, again, because it was small and easy compact, but I just didn't get to it. So I have not started that, but that's one of my other ones that I do want to start. And then I have some cotton coasters that I'm working on that are a cat. So that's what's in that drawer. So they're just kind of small ones. And then in this last drawer is some more baby yarn. And this is that's the beginning of it. I don't think I'm going to get very far. So, and I'm not sure what the pattern is. I would have to really study it and see if I can figure it out, or I may just have to start all over. But that's in there. Again, that's one that I want to I've had the yarn for a while, so it's time to get it worked up. So that's pretty much my projects, and that's kind of where I've been the last, well, it's been March and April, it was into February, so March, April, and into May. That's where I have been and what I've been working on. And I apologize again for not bringing videos to you. Please bear with me as I try to get back into the swing of doing this. We just have to get a routine down here at home. So thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you back again. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and until next time, happy crocheting.